Morning. You already know what it is. You already know who I am. I am Tony Barge, your host with the most from all coast. I'm doing what's vital to the title of a workplace expert. I'm your masterpiece, mouthpiece, speaking so eloquently and fluently with that spectacular vernacular called talent managementism, talent acquisitionism. And today's message is very important message. This was a turning point in my career. As a matter of fact, when I was first starting out, this what made me understand how important it is to understand people's differences. Yes, we are all a part of the human race, and that's all fine and dandy, but there are some distinctive differences between each one of us. You understand me? And it's very important to understand different strokes from different folks. One size doesn't fit all. And that's what made me understand. This is what I really started to understand in early on in my recruiting and staffing and headhunting career. How important it was to make sure to pay attention to people's differences, because that's what can separate you from, success or being unsuccessful when it comes to being a headhunter. You got to pay attention to the small things. The little things do count. So going segueing right into the story, because it applies to the message for today. And the story was, what basically happened was I had a candidate that sought me out, was referred to me, and I always love referrals. So this candidate came to me on a referral basis. Very technical candidate. She was an engineer, very good at what she does, very super talented. She had very good job stability, not a job jumper. And basically, to kind of give you a little backdrop of this candidate, her name is Linda. We're going to call her Linda Carter, as a matter of fact, because she looked so much like Wonder Woman. It was ridiculous. Had the beautiful green eyes. She really was she still is a well put together type of individual. Very professional, very put together, in shape, whatnot. So she came to me, Linda. She came to me and she told me, she said she had been going through some ups. And Tony, she said, first of all, Tony, first and foremost, I hear you're one of the best headhunters in the industry. I hear you're good at placing top candidates with top employers. And I said, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do best. So she came to me and we started talking, and tell me more about your situation. And she had been telling me she'd been going through some ups and downs and turnarounds at her work, which caused some trials, tribulations, and situations in her life. And she knew that the synergy and the chemistry wasn't there at her current work environment, because she felt since her being an introvert, and the entire environment was more introverted type of individuals. So she didn't really fit in with the organizational culture. Okay? So she came to me. Linda came to me and she said, Tony, I want to meet with you. I'm at a very important part in my career when I'm thinking about making a transition, and I want to make sure I get your, professional feedback. I hear you're an expert, and definitely want to talk to you about it. So we got scheduled a meeting. We actually met for lunch, met with her, and like I said, she really does look like Linda Carter. I told her, I said, as a matter of fact, you look like Wonder Woman. And she said, you know what, you look like the light-skinned Denzel Washington. And I was like, well, thank you very much. She said, she told me I was very handsome. I said, if you think I'm so handsome, pay this ransom. And then we both chuckled. I said, let's stop playing. We don't want to get in trouble for sexual harassment. You know how that stuff goes. So we kept it very professional. And I'm always a person, it's always business first, and it's always so critical, to keep it business. And we started talking more about her situation as the story continues. She's a very awesome individual, very intelligent, but she is an introverted person. And where she was currently at was an extroverted work environment. It really didn't complement her character. She said, Tony, please help place me. I hear your staffing recruiting firm. You have and I know you have access to different employers where I can kind of try out their work environment just to see if it's compatible with me. I said, yeah, I can do that. That's our option. We decided to execute that option, and then I also gave her some other tips and suggestions, and we're going to cover that in this video. You know what I mean? So the moral of the story was, It's always good to be proactive rather than reactive in your career. You understand me? Because that's exactly what Linda was doing. She was being proactive rather than reactive. She's seen the writing on the wall. She said, "Hey, I want to be at a place that really complements my introverted type of lifestyle, my introverted personality." And that's the topic, that's the message of this video. And we're going to discuss that right now. But first things first, put some love in your body. And you know when I say put some love in your body, I'm either referring to water or some tea. I got some green tea right here. Actually, mint tea. Good for the digestive system. Woo, that tea is good for you. Definitely, definitely. All right, well, let's get back to the lesson. 3 ways to help your fellow introverts succeed at work. Getting ahead and thriving in your career is difficult enough for anyone, but research suggests that it's especially hard for introverted people, introverted workers. Nothing is set in stone, of course. Introverts may face a unique set of obstacles, but at the end of the day, they have the same chances of advancing themselves in their careers as extroverts. In fact, their introversion may even be an asset that allows them to excel in leadership positions, provided that they know how to harness it correctly. Having a strong support system can go a long way in boosting an introvert's confidence and creating more opportunities for them to prosper in the workplace. Here are how office introverts can help one another excel in their career. The first, tackle networking together. If you're an introvert, large networking events may be your personal nightmare. Still, consider as much as 85% of all critical jobs are filled via networking. Introverts really can't afford to pass up networking opportunities. It may not be your favorite part of the professional life, but think about it as planting a seed and building your wealth through every stage of your career. You know what I'm saying? Overstimulated or not, introverts can still shine in networking environments if they are formed groups and encourage one another to attend industries every event together. This team effort can provide the kind of support system that introverts often need to feel more comfortable. Number 2, you know what I'm saying? Very important. Get creative with your managed office relationships. Let me say that again. Get creative with how you manage your office relationships. Okay? You know what I mean? Excelling in your career often involves creating and maintaining meaningful professional relationships. The trick for an introvert is to cultivate office relationships in a way that feels natural. Case in point, everyone's headed to happy hour after work to blow off some steam, but hitting up a crowded bar isn't a way to really connect with others. Add your own social event to the menu by suggesting a casual coffee or a jog with coworkers the following day. This way, the extrovert's option no longer is the only option. Introverts can also convert co-hosting others and small events, social events that feel less intimidating. Let me get some more tea. Man, delicious, delicious. Woo! 3, this third option, okay? Root for each other, introverts. You know what I mean? Root for each other. Be each other's fan club. Support one another in every single way. Teaming up with other introverts lays the groundworks for mutual accountability. For example, ahead of upcoming office meetings, introverts can encourage each other to bring one piece of advice and something relevant to share with the group. Knowing someone has your back is exciting about you. Your contribution can help ease anxiety around speaking up. The main takeaway here is that introverts don't have to navigate their professional lives solo. Establish a support system of like-minded folks that can alleviate some of the pressure that you're feeling and help you move through your career with greater confidence and knowing a group of colleagues has your back. If after trying all these tips, if you still experiencing problem at your workplace, you may want to talk to a third-party recruiter or headhunter company, for example, my company. The right recruiting firm can help you find that right company culture to complement your introverted manner, your introverted nature. In conclusion, in conclusion, this is 3 ways to help you fellow introverts succeed at work. Apply this uncommon information to bring restoration to your overall situation. I hope you never want as long as you live and live as long as you want. And I really love you guys. Have a fabulous day.